Dziękuję istotnie agus falche go brennen się YouTube channel agus Wyatt salam dam agus in you. I am going to be talking about the state or the cities in the state of New York. I'm also going to be doing something a little bit more different, as this is the first time I will be covering alongside the city flags of the state of New York. I will also be covering a separatist movement in the state of New York and some parts of southern Canada that I did find perusing the interwebs. So I'm going to be talking about that as well, just because I thought that was interesting. And while on the topic of New York State, we might as well talk about that as well. So, without further ado, please grab your cup of tea and enjoy. You know, if you've been a long enough channel member, then you know that I despise the color orange on flags. But this, I'm gonna have to let it kind of pass, because with New York, the reason why a lot of flags will have orange on them is because of their Dutch heritage. I'm not gonna bash on that. I'm above that. But you know, it's all right. I'm not gonna, take points away for heritage. You know, I'm actually not mad at this. This is actually kind of dope. This is like a really dope flag, so I'm not mad at this. Nice job, Buffalo. Nice job. Okay, this is actually a really, really good-looking flag. I'm not a huge fan of the big-ass words that say Rochester on the bottom of the flag. But all in all, it looks pretty good. It's a solid-looking flag. I'm not mad at it. The words at the bottom are going to take like 2 points off, so it's like, 8.5, give or take, out of 10. Not bad, Rochester. Not bad. Okay, I shouldn't even have to explain why this is god-awful. This is a 0 out of 10, and we all know why it's a 0 out of 10. Oh, good Lord, change that, please. Okay, Syracuse, New York. You would think, right, a place named Syracuse, which is an extremely famous city in Sicily, you would think that the city would probably, have like crazy out of the blue concept here, Sicilian iconography, right? You would think, right? But no, instead you decided to go for a Timu Argentina. I have only one question. Simply why? Why would you do that? This flag, it reminds me of something very similar to this. Very...
Vaar je mee met de VOC naar verre vreemde landen, naar gebieden op, naar Indië het meest schepen.
I actually kind of like this flag. I really do. This is actually kind of a cool looking flag. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not a huge fan of the big, massive golden lettering on the only white part of the flag. It's just generally not a great idea to put gold on white. I should know. I tried to do that one time. It's not a great plan. But other than that, I kind of like this. This is really a cool-looking flag. This is a solid 8.5 out of 10. Good stuff out of New York so far. Good stuff, man. I was kind of expecting a little bit more out of, this city, just because of its, historical and cultural significance to the United States of America. But all in all, it's not a terrible flag, and I kind of like the belt design going on. It's pretty good. It's not great. I've definitely seen better, especially out of New York today, but not bad. Mount Vernon. Other than the fact that this flag looks like what would happen if the Kingdom of the Netherlands colonized Liechtenstein, I don't have anything to say about this image. It's really just an image, and I have really nothing to say about that. All right, now moving on to the second half of this video, which is me talking about the breakaway separatist group in upstate New York, and some things. I'm going to be talking about their flag. That's basically it. I'm not getting involved in politics. I'm just not doing that. So, not doing that. I am, however, going to talk about their flag. So, yeah. Now, I have no idea how to pronounce the name of this group, so I'm just not going to try because I'd like to not get my teeth kicked in my comment section. So I'm just going to give my opinions on the flag, and that'll be it. My opinions of this flag are that I like it quite a bit. It's a very sleek, very easy to see at a distance, and all in all, it's actually a really cool flag. Yeah, it's a cool looking flag. I like it a lot. It's very sleek, very, very cool. So, yeah. So, that was my video. I hope you enjoyed your cup of tea. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for the next video. Okay, bye.
Zij enkel water als zij varen op het tij, vaak tot wanhoop toegedreven, storm en scheurbuik muiterij.